Hi, nice to see you today. Thank you for watching the show. I appreciate that you're watching and you're telling your friend and you are sharing your comment. I really appreciate that. Thank you for that. Today we have stir fry. And to start, I will introduce the ingredient. I will start with carrots. And carrots has been cut very slim, very little pieces. So they are also bite-sized, so they are not too big, they are not too small, and they will cook quickly. So that's the first ingredient we'll put in the wok. Second ingredient, we have onions. They are cut very thin. I cut the onion in half and slice blah 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 like that. I'll spare you the process. Here's celery, bite-sized celery, same thing. You need to have a portion or a piece which is not too big. Traditionally in Asia they use a chopstick to do that. And then we have snow pea, clean, drain, once again small sizes. We have then the bell pepper, bite size. That will add a lot of color to the dish. We have broccoli, fleurettes, clean, dry, and they will change color as they cook. And when they become like a very bright color, then you will see it is perfect in terms of cooking. This is a Napa cabbage. It's a cabbage that you find in a store. Not every store have Napa cabbage all the time. In general, it's a seasonal cabbage for some store. Other store they have their cabbage all year long, and usually it's an Asian store, Asian supermarket, and it's look like that. So the use of the cabbage is to take a piece. For the recipe I'm taking about a quarter of the cabbage, like this. You know, the inside is very light and that's cooked very quickly, and that's pretty tasty also. The flavor is not like a green cabbage. It's very soft and delicious to my point of view. So I'll put that aside on this part of the planet. I will take the core out, and since I'm looking for bite size, I'll cut this way, cut that way, and then I'll put that aside. Oop, this is out. Put that aside like this. That will be used in the stir fry. Another vegetable is the baby bok choy. I love this. This is a very nice vegetable. It's a very nice flavor, and I'm going to prepare it in an interesting way because of this bok choy has a very strong stem and it's leafy. We're going to separate the leaf from the stem, and then the leaf I'm going to cut them, oops, like this and like this. So I have the leaf aside. I have a bowl, you have to put the leaf. And then for the stem, trim the end. And then bite size. The stem takes a little bit longer to cook, that's why I'm separating the stem and the leaves. can put that in the same bowl. Okay. Now, did I say it's a stir fry? Or did I say it's a tofu stir fry? Then I have to talk about tofu. I have here a pound of tofu, extra firm. I drain it as much as I can. And I will cut that. I'll take half a pound for the recipe, like this. And I'll cube this half pound like this. Then I take a bowl and I will marinate the tofu in the bowl. I'm taking some soy sauce, like that. I'm taking some hot sauce. This is a Cholula, but if you have the Chinese sauce or Tabasco, it will be fine. I put some in there. I have the description of the recipe on the description of the video. I will add some garlic. This is my garlic here. Yep. Some garlic, about a tablespoon. I'll put the cover on that bowl. Shake it up. And you let this marinated a few hours. Okay? So we have, I think, everything we need to start a stir fry. This is as simple as that. Now with the stir fry, I will make the rice. I will have a white rice. So if you follow me, I'll start the rice. The rice. I have a boiling water here. Take my word, I put some salt in it, and I will give a scoop of rice like that, put in a boiling water, take this away, and stir a little bit to prevent the rice from sticking in the bottom of the pan. And then I set the timer for 7 minutes. Did you hear me? 7 minutes? Yes, I do the rice in 7 minutes. Am I out of my mind? Nah, not really. Here's the story behind that. I was working in a kitchen, commercial kitchen. There was about 400 guests in the dining hall. And we serve about 300 people, and somebody came to the kitchen and said, "We're out of rice." I was not in charge of the rice, but my colleague Raul next to me said, "No problem, I'll get the rice in 10 minutes." I said, "What?" So in the commercial kitchen, you have a very long, big device to cook massive amount of ingredient. So you fill that with hot water, bring that to a boil, took about 3 minutes, and take a bucket of rice and pour that in there. And he told me it would be ready in 7 minutes. I could not believe it. So he was using a basmati rice. And I said, okay, let's see what happens. You know, it's not my call, it's not my decision. Let's see what happened. And then after 7 minutes, he turned off the water, drained the water from the rice. Guess what? The rice was cooked. I'm not sure about that. So I did some tests myself at my house, in the kitchen, where else? And I tried with basmati rice, I tried with jasmine rice, I tried with American white rice, Rice Lake as a brand, for instance. And 7 minutes, Salt in the water, boiling. Yes, it's worked for 7 minutes. So 7 minutes, take the rice, pour over colander, and you got your rice. So we'll leave this here. The rice is done, take my word. Now it's time to do the stir fry. I have a wok, stainless steel wok, high temperature. I have toasted sesame oil. This is what gives you the flavor, the Chinese flavor in vegetarian food in a Chinese restaurant. So we'll have like a little dose of that. Like that, enough to cover the bottom. Now we see it's not smoking, but you want to smoke. I have carrots here. And put the carrots first because the carrot requires the longest period of time to cook. And one thing I want to point to you in a second or two. We are patient here, everything will be fine. In a few seconds, the carrots will start releasing an orange color. And that's the sweet, that's the sugar from the carrot. And that will add to the flavor of the dish. As I said before, it's going to go quite fast. And the next step is to add some garlic and ginger. I don't want to burn anything. It's too bad that we don't have the smell here, but it smells absolutely great. Onions is next, followed by celery. Why it's called a stir fry? Hey, guess what? We stir all the time, because we don't want to burn anything. Just remember the bottom of the pan of the wok is the warmest temperature, the side is less warm. So go like this. Okay, everything is softening. You don't want to have everything mushy. The next one is snow pea. The bok choy for the root. Now the vegetables are releasing their water. You see the color of the vegetable? It's time to add bell pepper. Then I will add the Napa cabbage. everybody happy. The vegetable have a bright color. Very, very nice bright color. Now, before too late, I'll put some broccoli, fleuret. We're almost done. There's a one ingredient missing. Guess what? It's called the tofu. I take the vegetable from the bottom of the wok, bring that to the top. That way nothing is burning. Okay, tofu. Now I have ready here a cup of water, 2 cups of water with cornstarch. That will be added like this. That will be our sauce. You're cooking, the sauce is thickening very quickly. The tofu has been marinated. It's full of flavor. We'll bring that to a boil, and then we'll put the final touch to this fabulous dish. See the color there? Really amazing. Maybe grab my over. The burning surface will be better. Everybody's happy. See the broccoli, how bright the green of the broccoli is? The carrots are tender now. Let me show you. This guy I want. See, go through. There's still a little crunch to it, but they are not raw. Taking a spoon, give it a taste. Always taste your food before you serve it. I will add some soy sauce. To add some saltiness. And as an option, if you want, you don't have to, you can put some crunch pepper. A little bit. Woo! Maybe too much. Don't tell anybody. If the sauce is not thickening quick enough to your taste, and believe me, the sauce is thickening, you can add more cornstarch to your mixture. You can also use arrowroot, tapioca, and other products like that. know if you see that, but the sauce is thickening already. I'll give the balance of the recipe called for 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. In the cup, measuring cup, I put the equivalent of 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. And now I add the third one just to keep a control on the thickness of the sauce, how we want it, thicker, lighter. And I think we're ready for a feast. I'll taste it one more time. Oh yeah, the sauce is thicker, definitively thicker. Perfect. So this is done. Less than 10 minutes. Stir fry. Now I'm sure you're curious about the rice. I'll take a bowl. Excuse me if I'm a little bit off the camera. Here I am. And this camera should see how the rice look like in a close-up. First of all, if you want to see, it's very light. All the grain are separated, nothing sticking. It's not like a sticky rice. And if I use the taste, everything is perfectly cooked. Tender. A little bit like that. Serve. And a generous scoop of this over the rice. And voila, this, you have it here. You can see this. This is very well done. Okay, this is it. You have it now. Go for it. Do it. 10-minute cooking time. Preparation. It depends on your skill, but it's quite fast and it's very tasty. Bon appetit. See you next time. Thank you.